Hey guys, good morning. Fight Kitties here. I'm Lady J, and it's time for some kick-ass and coffee. I missed you guys yesterday, but we still have a lot of wrestling news. Today is a very sad day in the Wrestleverse. Let's get started with some Fight Buzz. Now, before we get to our really sad news, I do want to talk about AEW's Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam. We are going to be seeing some Scorpio Sky versus Wardlow for the TNT Championship. We are also going to see the Dr. Britt Baker, versus Thunder Rosa for this epic Women's World Championship steel cage match. My goodness. If you aren't excited, I don't know where you are. Maybe you're a little bit sad still, but I'm looking forward to a little revenge from Thunder Rosa in her hometown, St. Patty's Day. What other way to do this? And I'm also excited for some other women's wrestling news. It appears that ROH's Roxy has officially signed with WWE. Now, according to PW Insider, we should be expecting to see Roxy on NXT 2.0. The 20-year-old wrestler has indeed signed with WWE, and she was seen at the Performance Center training. She's back, not right in the front left, but just behind there. So back in February, we heard that she was offered a contract by WWE, and Wrestling Inc. stated that Roxy began her wrestling training at the age of 13 years old. She began training with none other than Booker T. My goodness. He has his own wrestling school, The Reality of Wrestling. And she also received training from the AAA luchador Daga and the MLW luchador Gino Medina. Now, she would work in Reality of Wrestling for a couple years between, hey, good morning, Joseph. Thanks for joining me this morning. So Roxy, she wrestled with Booker T's Reality of Wrestling for a couple of years, and she would defeat Miranda Alizé over at Ring of Honor. She was like on a roll over at Ring of Honor because she also defeated Angelina Love, Sumi Sakai, and Quinn McKay, also known as WWE's Kelly Kid Cage. She's over at NXT right now. So yeah, at 19-year-old, Roxy became the youngest talent over at Ring of Honor Wrestling to hold a championship. I mean, she defended the title like 9 times, notably against Willow Nightingale, and then at ROH Final Battle against Holodead on the last episode of Ring of Honor. She would eventually, however, drop her title to the virtuosa, Diana Purrazzo. And let's see, Joseph's like, yep, she's got some good training pedigree. Yeah, she was very fun at ROH. It'll be fun to see her at NXT, especially since I can go over to the Performance Center quite easily these days. Now, on to some other news. Oh man, Sharmell. Yes, the Queen Sharmell will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Queen Sharmell first entered the wrestling business back in WCW after she was named the 1991 Miss Black America at 20 years old. She did go on to become one of the Nitro girls because, yeah, that's what women's wrestling was like back in the 90s. She went under the name of Storm and then changed it to Paisley. She competed with other talents. She did eventually sign with WWE in 2001 and began training officially in the Ohio Valley Wrestler. She was then part of the Suicide Blondes under the name of Sister Shamel. While she was backstage interviewing, she is best known for her real life work with her husband, Booker T. Then he was known as King Booker for a while, and she became Queen Sharmell. And she was just vital in helping him cut promos and cheat ringside, all for the glory of the king. Now, let's move on to some very serious news that has everyone talking literally around the globe, because my Japanese guys woke up late last night and were very heartbroken to hear the news of Razor Ramon. Oh my goodness. Scott Hall was taken off life support yesterday. He had broken his hip not too long ago, and then he had some heart attacks following up. And after spending time with his family, they decided to take him off of life support. But the bad guys don't go down easy. He's stuck in there for an extra 5 hours off of life support. Now, he did eventually pass away last night. Scott is a legendary American professional wrestler. He is known for his work within World Wrestling Federation. He was Razor Ramon back in 1992. And with WCW, under his real name, he became the founding member of the New World Order faction, along with Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash. You got Sean Waltman there. He was literally tweeting totally there. Man, lots of love with these guys. Yeah, Joseph. It's always tough. Yeah, he had a tough life. I know him and DDP did some work together, and those are some really interesting documentaries to watch if you want to learn a little bit more about him. But yeah, the world is grieving the loss of Scott Hall, legendary wrestler. There are guys in Japan, I think it was Hiroshi Tanahashi, was like, he put me over. And he was like, Tanahashi's gold. So rest in peace, man. We are, say goodbye to the bad guy. Hey, yo. All right, guys. Moving on to some more wrestling news. FTR continue to hold their tag team championship gold in Mexico. Goodness gracious. Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler retained their AAA tag team championships at a show Sunday in Mérida, Yucatan, Mexico. They were originally supposed to go up against the infamous Lucha Brothers, Pentagon and Rey Fénix. However, they ended up wrestling. Oh, hold on. Poor Keith. Keith is just joining us. Yes, it is so sad about Scott Hall. He was truly one of the greatest. He was still the bad guy. Yep, we love ourselves some Scott Hall. Okay, back to FTR. They're still getting the gold. However, they ended up going up against Dragon Lee and Dralistico. Now, FTR won the belts from the Lucha Brothers last October. This was FTR's third successful defense in the AAA World Tag Team Championships. I know. I thought it was time for them to lose that one too. I guess they're waiting for Rey Fénix's arm to fully heal so they can get some revenge. Yep. Good morning, Walter. Rest in peace. Thanks, man. Okay. So FTR. They've been kicking ass in Mexico, which is just so crazy, especially when they're like the Super Ranas. They'd previously defended their titles against Aerostar, Samurai del Sol back on AEW Dynamite. They had that ladder match against the Lucha Bros at Triple Mania Regia back in December. We don't know when they're going to rematch because Rey Fénix freaking broke his arm in that ladder match. But we're not going to catch this AAA show on TV. because AAA is only airing their major events through Fight TV. So unless you're watching Space TV through Mexico or catch it on YouTube in a few weeks in a couple countries, you will be able to see this epic battle. Oh, Walter. Boo! FTRA Phoenix will be back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're looking forward to this rematch. Yep. Keith, he's like, I'm not done talking about NW. I still remember when NWO invaded WWE. We could have like, I'm sure everyone's going to have like huge, like, remember, yeah, remember. Oh, Walter. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I'm like, why did they fire Tully Blanchard anyways? They ended up taking Vicky Guerrero with them to Mexico. And it's funny because like they hate her over there too. But yeah, Tully Blanchard, we're going to fire you. We're going to bring in a random Hall of Famer that we don't know anything about yet. Oh. I don't know, guys. I don't know. What was wrong with Tully? What was wrong with Tully? Well, let's get on to our morning jab. All right. So, Paige Vanzant, MMA fighter, UFC legend, is jabbing it. Oh my goodness. So she's all like, I'm so bad and I'm so hot. And she's also claiming that she's the reason why Brandy Rhodes is gone. So back in February 2nd of Dynamite, this feud began between Paige Vanzant and Brandy Rhodes. And the rivalry dropped pretty quick because Brandy left the promotion along with her husband, which we can get into like a whole story about this too. They left February 15th, like not even a couple weeks later. And so Paige decided she was going to comment on the former AEW chief brand officer's departure. Hold up. Let's see. Freaking Billy. No, not Vicky. Yes, Vicky Guerrero is going with the freaking FTR. And, Keith. I was thinking that too. They were definitely hinting that Bret Hart would be their manager. I like it. Joseph. You gotta be bad. She's totally bad. All right. And last one. Paige is training David Heath, Gangrel. That would be nice and scary. And yeah, so Paige is still going on a rant. She's like, I just saw it as I came in to kind of cause some drama and make her leave. Vanzant's like, I made her leave AEW. So I guess they needed a new face around here. And she signed her contract on the ass of Ty Conte, quite literally. And so maybe not. I'm not really sure if that's why the Rhodes have left. Oh. Good morning, Manuel. Yes, let's drink our coffee. Oh. All right. I think Keith, we're talking about a different Paige. Vanzant. Let me pull her up one more time. This one. Yes, UFC legend and the taker of many sexy selfies. Oh. So she's like, I'm the reason why Brandy left. And the rest of us, we had a little poll for all y'all. We're like, so Wrestleverse predictions. Will Cody appear on WWE Raw? And most of you were absolutely right. You're like, hell no. He's not going to be in Jacksonville and make all that drama. I don't know, y'all. This freaking Cody Rhodes like drama is just never ending. We're like, is he going to be in the WWE at all? Will he be at WrestleMania? Will he have a match against Seth Rollins? I mean, we're not the only people guessing here because like people are making these images going, yes, him and Seth Rollins. I don't know. We're just all sitting here in anticipation. The drama is just increasing. Let's see what you guys have to say. just wait. Just wait. Walter's like, just be patient. Be patient, little ones. Be patient. Wait for him to show up. Yeah. Billy, back to Paige, the taker of many sexy selfies. It's every time I look her up, I'm like, All right, Joseph. Cody wasn't dumb enough to show up on Raw where AEW normally is. But like, it would have been kind of poetic because it was 2 years ago that Cody Rhodes showed up with AEW on the scene in Jacksonville. So for him to kind of come full circle-ish, right? Raw, Jacksonville. Yeah, maybe it's a stretch. All right, you guys, let's move on to some more fluffy news. All right, check this silliness out. Do you love it? I loved it. Tommy Mac's like, dude, check this out. Paul Heyman on his Twitter, he's like, this is it. This is your spoiler for WrestleMania. It looks like Brock is laid out and Roman Reigns is taking all the gold home. And in other fluffy news, Lita joins Steve Austin on the next episode of the Broken Skull Sessions. I mean, if we think Renee can get all the good drama out of people, Steve Austin and a beer really gets people talking. And so I'm looking forward to getting some inside scoops of Lita. And so if you want to watch that, it'll be March 25th, not too long from now on Peacock. Let's see, you guys are all talking about how poetic this Cody Rhodes would have been in Jacksonville. And onto something totally silly, totally fluffy. Oh yeah, more cartoons. Today's just a cartoon episode. So new Web3 animation studio Toonstar and Mila Kunis, Six Wall, are creating what is expected to be a South Park meets WWE style cartoon show featuring former WWE stars. So it's going to be written by the Daves, who have previously been involved in Family Guy and The Simpsons. And so Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Enzo Amore, and New Japan's Rocky Romero are totally part of this silly cast. And it's not just a regular cartoon. I guess the show will be using never before seen, cutting edge NFT interactivity. I'm not really sure what that means. I'm sure some of y'all are like very up to date with the NFTs, but it does look funny. It does. Yeah. So the NFTs are said to be free for people and will be mint and available from March 18th on the Gimmicks website. I guess it's supposed to bring all of us who are crypto curious in the game. I'm not really sure how it all works. Maybe you guys can fill me in. NFTs in our cartoons? Anybody? Other than it's interesting? I'll give you just a second. Oh, Manuel, you missed our little talk about Scott Hall passing away last night. It is super sad. It is. All right, you guys. I'm down for cartoons, but let's move on to keeping it strong style. Okay, so I've been covering New Japan Strong for a while, and Jay White has had his US of J Open Tour Challenge, and it was taken up by none other than Swerve, the Realist, making his New Japan Pro Wrestling debut to face Jay White. And White would be pleased by this surprise debut and even invited Swerve into the Bullet Club. But that, they just kicked out the Gorillas of Destiny. Are they already looking for new members? I mean, goodness gracious. But He totally rejected it super fast, and the fight was on. Those two went off at it. We also saw Kevin Blackwood make his New Japan Strong debut against Arya Davari. And yeah, that magic carpet, he got a good magic carpet ride there. But Davari at some point got distracted during this match, and yeah, he lost to Kevin Blackwood. And then Kevin Knight started off the evening against Hikuleo. That is some strong style. Yeah. Yes, Joseph. Jay did get rid of the Gorillas of Destinies and Jado. What? So he's already like shopping for new members? Like, hey, it's your debut. Want to join Bullet Club? No. Don't they have to prove themselves before you can join the Bullet Club? Not like, hey, you're cool. So yeah, Hikuleo totally beat Kevin Knight. Good choke slam. Dang. And yeah, like we talked about earlier, after they were violently excommunicated from the Bullet Club, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa and Jado were quick to look for some revenge, but revenge was not in their favor last night. My goodness. And it's like 5 days till we get to see them over in St. Pete. It's going to be on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to some New Japan reporting live from St. Pete. Oh, Joseph. As for Swerve, he is smart enough to turn Jay down. Jay White, he's a sneaky one. Yeah. He's the leader for a reason. And yeah, that's it, right? I mean, the New Japan Cup is super loaded. So much going on. I could have like my own episode just about the freaking cup. If you're following it, let me know what you're thinking about it. But that's it for our New Japan news. So I'm going to take a minute to take any last minute stories I might have been missing, any comments, you guys, anything you want to talk about, any Scott Hall stories that you want to reminisce about. And take a look at these comments. Joseph is talking about Swerve. I know we're missing Lexi today, so here we go. Demon Joker. Jay White is going to win the New Japan Cup. Let's follow that one. What else are you guys looking forward to in the Wrestleverse these days? I'm looking forward to my Thunder Rosa revenge. Tell me what you're looking for, guys. Because other than that, that is all I got. We could reminisce forever about the Scott Hall. Give you guys a second. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for joining me. Oh, Rosa. Joseph, you and me, looking forward to that Rosa homecoming in San Antonio. I wonder what she's going to do. Like, I wonder if she's going to go like all Tejas style, right? That'll be fun. Hey, good morning, Dean. Thank you for joining me this morning and your coffee. All right, guys, that is it for our Kick-Ass and Coffee. Of course, there will be more to talk about tomorrow morning because when isn't there something to talk about in the Wrestleverse? Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed your coffee, a little bit of wrestling conversation. If you like what you see here, please take a moment to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And for more Fight Kitties videos, click that link below. Yes, Demon Joker. Love that Thunder Rosa. I know, Dean. You're yeah. I mean, unless you want to talk about something real quick before I get off the stream. We went through all the way to our Strong Style news. We're talking about the US of J Challenge, Kevin Blackwood beating Arya Davari, Kevin Knight getting chokeslammed by Hikuleo. Yes, we did talk about Scott Hall too, because how can you not? How can you not? I know. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Dean? The Wrestleverse is very vast, and there's always something out there to talk about. All right, my Tomcats. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for some kick-ass and coffee.